I'm about to show you the best defense in college football 25 to help you get stops and win more games. And make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you don't miss out on any of the best college football 25 tips all year long. Now, the formation we're going to be looking at today is the nickel double mug. This is what most people are running right now. It's the best way to generate pressure and kind of disguise your coverages. Every playbook has some form of double mug, whether it's regular nickel or it's 3-3 double mug. It's the same look. But before we get into how to run this, you have to set your defense up for success in multiple ways. So number one, we're going to talk about coaching adjustments first. So you want to open your coaching adjustments by pressing R3 or just clicking the R stick in. You want to make sure your auto flip is set to on. That's going to be very important. Your option defense read key, you want this on conservative in case they do try to hit you with a read option. You don't want the quarterback to just be wide open running down the field for easy yards. You still maybe will hit them because we're going to blitz a lot, but you don't want to risk it. So you always want to have this set to conservative. Now, zone drops, you can set your zone drops because we're going to be switching into different zones. A good little way to start out is you can kind of just put your zone flats on like 10 or 15 to start out for when we call Tampa 2. You can put your curl flats on more of like a 5, so they play, like in more of the hard flat area when we're calling a cover 3. But, or you could just leave them on default. It's up to you. But those are like, this is like kind of a safe starting point if you want to do this. But you may need to adjust it. If it's 3rd and 20 and you're calling a Tampa 2, you're going to want to put this on 20. If it's 3rd and 10, you can leave this at 15 because it'll still be in the vicinity. But that's kind of where I like to start off at. Now, also, your two ends here. So for us, we have 31 and we have 19. We want our fastest, best pass rushers here. If you got guys with the quick jump ability, you want to put them here because they're going to get off, they're going to get a quick jump. They're going to get off the, out of their stance quicker, which is good. So you want speed and you want quick jump here because we're also going to user these guys sometimes in coverage as well. So for us, who we want here is we want 34, we want Robinson, and we want number 11, Campbell. That's going to be our fastest guys. One of them I think has quick jump. You can substitute a little bit of speed if somebody has quick jump because that is very useful, but you definitely just want two fast guys there. So we're going to show this blitz in game instead of practice mode because this is one of those weird blitzes that does work better in game than practice mode for whatever reason. Sometimes certain plays are just like that. So there's a bunch of different ways people set this up. I'm going to show you kind of the basic blitz setup, a more advanced blitz setup, and then how you can change coverages behind this. So the basic blitz setup, the first thing you want to do is pinch the entire defense by pressing the RB or R1 button and then down on the left stick. It's going to pinch the line. It's going to bring everybody in a press. Now, I like to shade over top because it's easy to beat the press in this game, especially if you got good receivers. But if you have really good cornerbacks, you can get away with pressing sometimes too. That's up to you. Now, to shade over top, you press wire triangle up on the right stick. And then I want to crash the D-line down, which is left on the D-pad, down on the right stick. You may have to do this twice because sometimes it doesn't register, or sometimes the play art just won't show correctly even if you do it, but that's just kind of like a little glitch in the game. And then if we want to just run an all-out blitz, what we do is we get on the safety, we stand over the running back. You want to stand on the running back side, and you want to bring this guy down till he has like this little green check over him because that means the offensive line is recognizing him as a potential blitzing threat, as they should because he's near the line of scrimmage. And at the snap of the ball, if the running back goes out, you're going to kind of like loop down and run out with them. If the running back stays in the block, you want to kind of loop down and then swing back into coverage. That's how this is going to work, and you should get some pressure in. So if they don't block anybody, just like that, you're going to get like 2 guys in free or 1. Now, this can be even better if you have like the quick jump ability on these guys. Like some of these guys for this team do have the quick jump ability, but if you put quick jumps out here, that's going to help them get there quicker, but also just if you have fast guys there alone, that's going to be good. Now, if they block their running back, you're still going to get to them pretty quickly because either somebody still may come free because the O-line gets confused because you have so many guys rushing and standing in the box, but also block sheds will happen quick, especially with good teams. So you're not going to leave the offense a whole lot of time to pass. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to swoop down and we're going to jump back into coverage here and try to rob over the middle. And as you can see, the pressure still got to him like pretty quickly. And that wasn't even, the best example right there because typically we can still get to him even quicker than that. So we're going to run it again with the running back blocked. And then we're going to show some other adjustments you can make to make this really good. So again, you can see we're out here, we're in coverage, and they get to him pretty quick. And for how defense plays in this game, that's pretty good. You're not going to be able to just shut down people left and right in this game. You want to bring some quick pressure, but also we're going to start mixing up with coverages and other setups so that they're not going to know when we're blitzing and when we're not, and the idea is to catch him off guard. Hey, really quickly, I want to mention that I do have a membership where I post my ebooks, my top offensive strategies and defensive schemes. I just dropped my ebook last night, and I'm also running a limited time 7-day free trial, so you could check it out at no cost cost to you. Link is in the pinned comment below. Now, a more advanced way to set this blitz up is to, again, we can press the defense, we shade over top, crash our D-line down, but now a thing that people do is they zone out these defensive ends. So we can get on our defensive end here, press the A button on Xbox or the X button on PlayStation, and then we could put them in different coverages. So we could throw them in a little curl flat. Now, it's not showing it on the screen because sometimes the play art's glitched, but he's going to be in a zone. And then we're going to put this guy in a zone as well. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to user this guy after the snap. And what's going to happen here is you're going to see, you're going to sometimes get quicker pressure this way for some reason, only rushing 4 guys. So the other setup we used is more of just like the all-out setup, but this one here is actually going to be better. So this is kind of what it would look like. You know, you can put him in whatever you want. You can put this guy into a hard flat if you want. You can put 2 purples. You're going to user one of them, so it doesn't matter. And typically you do want to user the one on the side of the running back. And this, if the pressure doesn't come in, not a big deal. You've got multiple guys in coverage. You got like 7 guys in coverage, which is good. But when it does come in, it comes in really quick and it just catches them off guard. And you only need it to come in every once in a while. You get a big sack. Now you make it tough for them. And you can see, you know, we're just usering over the middle. I was about to try to throw it up to X. X was covered well there, and then he still gets sacked. So that is the other way that you want to run this blitz because you can get some guys in. Now, if you want to only put one guy in coverage and user the safety, you can do that. So, for example, we'll just drop this guy back, and then we'll user the safety like always. So this gives us an extra guy rushing, but also an extra guy in coverage. So we'll block the running back here because, okay, they're expecting a blitz. It's 3rd down. You know, we'll get back into coverage here. Okay, we try to get rid of it. The block sheds got through. We're going to try to check it down there because that's the only thing that was open. Now, if we want to run that same type of blitz look with a coverage behind it, you can actually call most of these plays in here because they're going to have similar style pass rush. So, for example, we can call the Tampa 2, and then what we're going to do is we're going to press the defense the same way we did before. We're going to blitz all linebackers, though, which is right on the D-pad, down on the right stick. That's going to blitz our linebackers, and then again, we're going to crash the D-line down. So we're still getting kind of like a mid-blitz here. And what I would like to do is, because I want to use the safety down here, right? This is kind of an advanced thing. We need something deep because we're using the deep zone on this. So what we have to do is take the cornerback on the left and drop him deeper. So we press the Y or triangle button twice, select his icon, and then go up on the left stick. Now he's in a deep 3rd assignment, so we don't have to worry about getting deep. And we can create like the same type of blitz setup here where we're in a cover 2 shell now, but we're sending, you know, heat at him. We can do the same thing out of a cover 3, for example. Pinch the defense, shade over top, crash D-line down, but we have to blitz the linebackers again. Right on the D-pad, down on the left stick. Got our safety here in the gap. And now, of course, the middle of the field is going to be wide open here. Like, this might be, it's 3rd and long. You know, okay, I'm not really worried about the flats. I'm just trying to rob over the middle of the field. I'm not even worried about you throwing in the flats here because it's a long yardage situation. So you can mix up coverages behind this blitz. Okay, now we're back in practice mode, so we can talk coverages because the blitz, we kind of have to do that in game because it's inconsistent in practice mode. Now, the standard coverage I like to kind of roll with if we're not blitzing is going to be Tampa 2. Now, we can also set our shell to cover 0. We do this by flicking the right stick. As you can see, we can change the shell look. We want to use cover 0 because, you know, our big play is the mid blitz, which is a cover 0 play. So when we come out in other coverages, we want it to have the same look. So we're coming out in Tampa 2. Now, the only thing with the cover 2 is I don't like to press the defense with the cover 2 because the main problem with this is that the cloud flats don't get good depth when you do this. You can throw this in if you want to like really make it look the same and disguise it, but I think it's better just to leave them standard on this because the average person you play against won't notice that small detail. A good player will pick up on the fact that, oh, you only press if it's like a certain coverage. If it's cover 2, you don't press. The average everyday player is not going to notice that. To the average player, this is going to look the same every play. They're just seeing these 6 guys mugging the line. On this, you know what, you can bring the slot over in front of the running back and kind of use him like you use the safety. You can use one of the linebackers. It's really up to you how you want to do this. But this is just to mix it up and throw, you know, different coverages at them. And like you can see, you're still going to get good pass rush. This is why it's important to have guys on the end who have quick jump. And again, I don't know if both of these guys have it, but some of the good teams like Alabama, Texas, they got multiple guys with the quick jump ability. If you put those guys out here, they're going to get good pass rush down and down because they have that ability. But this is just, there's nothing special about this running a cover 2. It's just, hey, we're putting coverage out there so that you don't know if we're in a coverage, you don't know if we're in a blitz, and you've got to be prepared for the blitz every play. So what winds up happening is sometimes people just block their running back all game. So you block your running back all game, that's one less option you have out there. You know, that's no good. You know, that's not, and then look how quick the pass rush still gets in. That is why this formation is so good, because you have the ability to bring quick pressure off the edge, even versus a blocked running back, but also you can just jump into a coverage and they have to decide, hey, is he blitzing, is he not? I need to leave my running back in because I don't want to get hit quick. Even if I do leave my running back in, I'm still going to get hit pretty quickly, so I have to get the ball out quick, and now we've got all this coverage on the field. Another coverage we can use is the cover 3 sky. This is another good coverage just to go to. Now with this, we can do the press, and then we want to shade over top. Again, we want to make sure that we shade over top. Now remember, we have our curl flat set to 5 yards, so they're going to jump down. If we don't want them to jump down that much, we could put them on default, or we could put them on 15 if we want them to drop further back. But for me, when I run cover 3, I like to take away the hard flats, because a lot of people like to quick dump down to the flats. Cover 2, I want to play further back and let them rally down. Cover 3, I want them to play a little bit more aggressive, because I have 3 deep zones, so I won't get beat deep as easily. So that's kind of my philosophy on that. Another thing cover 3 is good for, I'm gonna shout out my guy Civil on this, because he put this tip out, I think on Twitter I saw him post this. This is gonna be the coverage you want to go to if someone's running the ball on you a little bit too, because what you can do is you can get on the safety, bring him down into the box, and if it's a run, you've got another guy in the box to help jump down and get in with the run there. But if it's a pass, you can use the switch stick after the ball is snapped, and you can just flick the right stick down one time to jump on a linebacker. So shout out to Civil. That's one of his little special tips there. So like here, okay, I'm gonna switch stick down. That's what I did. So now the safety's still getting deep, and we're able to lurk over the middle, because otherwise the only other thing we would do here is if they hike the ball and it's a pass, we got to get deep now, which is a lot of responsibility for us to be deep. Now, some people, if you're comfortable doing that, you can, but your cover 3 is going to be what you really want to do versus people that are kind of more balanced and they're mixing in run and pass. And so you want to bring him in the box for the run, or just, okay, it's a pass, we're going to switch stick down now, and we're just going to cover this. And the pass rush gets in really quickly. And when you're mixing in the blitz with this, it's a lot to handle. Now, another little advanced thing I like to do with cover 2 sometimes, and we can do this if we're blitzing or if we're just running a stock cover 2, I like to make a hybrid coverage out of this. So this is a little more advanced. You've got to practice this with your quick adjustments. You press the Y or triangle button twice, and we're going to select the safety on the left here, for example, Y, and we're going to change him to an inside third, which is going to be left on the left stick, and you can see he's now in an inside third. Then we're going to take the cornerback on the left side of the field, put him in an outside third. So we're kind of creating a little bit of a hybrid coverage, and then we can do one of two things here. We can leave that flat open if we want, because the running back's not on that side, or we could take this left linebacker here, press A or X, and then drop him into a curl flat, so he shoots out there. We could do that. Or we can take this defensive end if we want to have like a super coverage play. We could drop him into a curl flat, right? So there's like different things we can do just to give them different coverage looks. Typically, I want to still keep 4 guys rushing though, because that's going to help us get better block sheds. So like we could do something like this just to mix it up, just to give them something else to think about. And this is just a coverage that people aren't going to be practicing against stuff like that. That's why this is important. People are going to practice against cover 2, cover 3, the blitz. People are not typically going to be practicing against something that looks like this. They're not. So when you hit them with something like this, they don't really know what to do, because they're just not used to that type of stuff. So, and again, you can see the pass rush with this formation is going to be pretty consistent. So all in all, defense is not great in this game, don't get me wrong, but this is going to be one of the best things you can do to help yourself get stops in college football 25. Now that you know about the best defense in the game, you're halfway there. Now you need the best offense to go along with it, and you can check out some tips for that right here on the screen.